On it, Paul Salmon finds out. It's part of his regular reporting on making sense of financial news.
How happy are you? Scale of 1 to 4. 1, not at all happy. 4, very happy.
I'm a 4.
A 4?
I'm very happy.
Laurie Sanders works at the conservative Washington think tank, the American Enterprise Institute. A few blocks away, Occupy D.C.er Eric is on the more liberal end of the spectrum.
What number would you give yourself?
1.
Are you unhappy, do you think, because of the inequality, economic inequality in this country?
Well, yeah.
Study after study, it turns out, finds conservatives happier than liberals. Yale social psychologist Jamie Napier has a theory as to why.
Economic inequality really does affect people's subjective well-being.
Napier's work has convinced her conservatives are happier than liberals because they think there's equality of opportunity in America.
One of the biggest correlates with happiness in our surveys was the belief in meritocracy, which is a belief that anybody who works hard can make it. That was the biggest predictor of happiness. That was also one of the biggest predictors of political ideology. So the conservatives were much higher on these meritocratic beliefs than liberals were.
Liberals like the folks we found at Occupy D.C., who don't think the opportunities out there are equal these days. Their message is clear. The system is not fair.
Everybody here at this Occupy movement is here because they've had enough and they're angry, and chances are, people here are very unhappy with the way that our society works.
I believe that things should be equal, or people should have more of an opportunity to become closer to the 1%, because right now it's like the 1% is the 1%, the 99 is the 99, and we kind of don't stand a chance.
The conservative AEI staffers, on the other hand, think we do.
How many of you, on average, think Americans get what they deserve economically?
Reza John, who grew up in Pakistan, believed in Horatio algorithm for all, sort of.
I would say not everybody is able to pull off those kinds of success stories. But in this country, more than any other, for the work you do, you are able to better yourself.
That's true no matter who you are, said Jesse Blumenthal.
The pull yourself up by your bootstraps notion works here much more than really anywhere else in the world.
Research over several decades indicates that conservatives report higher levels of happiness compared to liberals. This trend is consistent across various studies and surveys, such as the General Social Survey, which has shown a consistent happiness gap between conservatives and liberals since 1972. Several factors contribute to this phenomenon. Conservatives are more likely to be married and report higher satisfaction with their family lives, both of which are strongly linked to increased happiness. Conservatives tend to be more religious and patriotic, both of which correlate with greater well-being. Conservatives often hold stronger beliefs in meritocracy, which is associated with a more positive outlook and personal agency. Studies suggest conservatives score lower in neuroticism, a personality trait associated with anxiety and depression, contributing to their higher reported happiness. Some researchers argue that conservatives might report higher happiness due to a tendency towards socially desirable responses, while liberals may exhibit more genuine expressions of joy. Despite these findings, the reasons behind the happiness gap remain complex and multifaceted, influenced by cultural, social, and individual factors.